guys, today we got the best sneakers dropping in April and how to get them. Nike is coming after influencers and fake sneakers. And has Adidas finally found their Yeezy replacement? Welcome to Sneaky Sunday, and first things first, let me just say thank you. Hopefully you already know, but we dropped a video yesterday announcing Unlucky Cloud. And that finally answers the question of where this hoodie is from. Highly recommend checking out that video, but I just want to say thank you for all of the support, all of the insane comments and messages. The support is crazy from you guys. So let me just see. Give me just 1 second. Hey, Dylan, can I give away 2 hoodies on Sneaky Sunday?
Give away 3, buddy.
well, let's hold up.
One from me as a thank you.
God damn. All right, well, there you have it. I'm gonna be giving away 3 hoodies, whichever color you want, whether it's noon, blue, or night, the black one. Just leave a comment down below, and then also head over to the Unlucky Cloud Instagram page and just comment under which color you want. But other than that, these hoodies are launching on the 4th of April. Good luck. Sign up to the website because that way you'll be notified. You'll be first in line. And with that, let's get into today's video. Right, so we got a couple cool little release recaps to go over. First one, the Bad Bunny Adidas release. Now, I actually really wanted to get my hands on these things, but it turns out they were pretty limited. Of course, there was the sneakers, and then a whole like clothing collection went in for the crew neck or the hoodie. Yeah, L's on everything. Let me know if you grabbed them. The Travis Scott Jumpman Jack, the green Spark, also released, and they seem to have a decent amount of pairs of these things, so a lot of people managed to get them. I kind of like the way that they're going with the Jumpman Jacks, like making them more accessible. It was so limited early on, but now it just kind of seems like anybody who wants them, it kind of can get them. I mean, the resale price on this pair isn't that crazy, or at least, you know, it's not stupid in comparison to other Travis Scott sneakers. Let me know if you grabbed a pair. This is a nice colorway, although I think my favorite still has to be the Chase Beast. Those things are beautiful. Air Max Day came and went, and I think the highlight was obviously the Neon 95s, but also the Zellerfeld 3D printed Air Max 1000. Of course, super limited again, but let me know if you managed to grab a pair. But of course, the top priority for the entire year at this point, the Virgil Abloh Archive Jordan 1. Now, your chance of getting these things is not over just yet. So as you know, they did the Virgil Abloh website release, which very curious. Let me know in the comments if you managed to get a pair. If you did, massive congrats. It seems like there's a decent amount of pairs out there. I still took an L though, so I'm crossing my fingers for the next upcoming releases, which I'll go over right now. So what that means is a bunch of retailers have already uploaded raffles for this pair of shoes, and of course the Nike sneakers app, which should go live on April the 3rd. I don't know what's happening in Canada, but apparently you guys are paying over $150 in taxes from the Virgil Abloh Archive website, so maybe you kind of hope that you took an L so you can get it from a local retailer. That's crazy. So it's $380 Canadian plus $220 in duties. That's crazy. That's $1,000. That's $600 for this pair of shoes. Either way, if you're trying to grab these things, here is the full raffle list. So for you guys out in the US, I'm not going to read all of these, but here are most of the different retailers. You can screenshot this if you want to just kind of go through and enter all of them. Some of these are aftermarket places, like they got StockX and Kicks Crew listed here, but you know, the usual players. We got Soul Play, Amam and Your Kith, Extra Butter, stuff like that, Undefeated. I think most of these are raffles. Some of them will be first come first serve, but it's definitely worth checking out. Europe, you've got places like SNS, The Broken Arm, BSTN, Soulblocks, and Antonia, Foot District, Foot Patrol, another one to add to the list. Asia, you got a couple over here, Canada, Livestock, and Kith. So there you go. That is all the raffles. Make sure you enter because yes, even though there is a lot more pairs than we initially thought, still, you know, the demand is just absolutely crazy for this sneaker. But with that, let's quickly run through all of the best sneakers that are going to be dropping in April so you can know exactly what you want to get and what you don't want to get. Just make sure you save a little bit of money for these things because you know you gotta get a UC hoodie. Honestly, the world's most comfortable hoodie, and I'm telling you now, that's a guarantee. You could take that to the bank. Right, Nike Mind Mules. A lot of people have been asking me, so just a reminder. I don't know why people are so hung up on these slides, but they love them. April the 1st, we're gonna be getting a ton. Barely Green, this one's gonna be dropping. It's loaded up to the Nike app, so make sure you go and check that. We've got a sale colorway on April the 2nd. 2nd. Personally, this is my favorite. I love the sail color. Geode teal. These are going to be dropping April the 2nd as well. Here's a little better look at what that looks like because they have changed the node color, I think, on this one, which is, yeah, it's a little bit different. We haven't seen this yet, this yellow color. We also got the Mine 002 in this chalk colorway. Again, it's kind of like the tan, just maybe a little bit brighter. And this one is also on the 2nd of April. The OG colorway is also going to be returning of the Mine 001. This one should also be dropping in April. We've got this new Team Red color when they combined the blue nodes, which is an interesting one there. I mean, they're almost black, but it's a very dark blue. That's April the 2nd. So yeah, just again, all of these dropping beginning of April. Just check your Nike app. They should all be loaded up. April the 2nd, we've got a Converse Shea 001 release. This one is the camo pair that we've been seeing teased for a while now. I don't know. I kind of like it, but the camo is very generic, and I just don't know how much I like it over some of the other colorways. I've got the black pair and I love it, but if this is your first time trying this pair of shoes, it's pretty dope. Like I said, April the 2nd for these. Of course, like we went over, the Virgil Abloh Archive Jordan 1s on April the 3rd. Also, April the 3rd is the Nike Air Liquid Max Fragment collaboration. They dropped the, I guess, the launch colorway, the green one, on Air Max Day. Mine haven't come in yet, so I can't speak to how good these are going to be, but they're very expensive. $225, I think, is insane. We've got a new pair of Pharrell shoes, which is really interesting. This one's called the Flat Earther shoe. Very, very low profile slimline shoe. There's a couple different colorways, not even just these two. There's more to this, but it's like a sail in a black and a sail in a green. I've got more about this Pharrell story, which we'll talk about in a minute, where there's a bunch more sneakers. But yeah, for right now, April the 4th for these. This one is actually pretty dope. I'm not gonna lie, I am definitely after this pair of shoes. This is the Melita Baumeister's Nike Pegasus Premium. These are gonna be dropping on the 8th, and just look how dope these things look, man. Yes, they are like distressed, I guess, in a sense, or just colored in like a, they've been crisped up in a fire or something like that. But I just really like the aesthetic. I think this thing looks sick, especially with the neon and the freaking eyeball. I'm loving these. April the 8th for them. April the 11th, we're getting the Air Jordan 1 High Flight Club. Not a big fan of these, if I've got to be honest. I mean, the colors are somewhat nice, but just, you know, the canvas mixed with whatever material this is, it looks like it's going to be a felt material. But yeah, 11th for these. Honestly, I would kind of sit this one out, wait for it to drop down if you do like this colorway in price. Probably find these at the outlets for like 50% off. We got the Nike Kobe 11 Mamba Day, which is expected to return this year. Now, it's saying summer, so I just put it in here in case it does drop in April, because I've seen some places saying April, but I don't know if that necessarily makes sense. $220, fantastic colorway. Just wanted to put it on your radar just in case. April 17th, Nike is going to be debuting the Air Force One Nike SB collaboration. This is the light Orward pink foam that's going to be dropping. Simple, nice first colorway. Nothing too crazy, at least for me personally. I'd like to try it out just to see if it's like any more comfortable than a standard pair of Forces, but really nothing I'm going head over heels for. They're also dropping a triple black colorway alongside those, which, yeah, if you want murdered out suede Forces in the SB variation, there you go. This one's a banger. April the 25th, we're getting the metallic 5s, and they've got the Nike Air branding on the back. So these are the official images of what they look like. Actually, it's a speculative mock-up. Where's the official images? Either way, they're supposed to look like this. April 25th. These are so clean, man. These are so clean. April 30th, another cool pair of Jordans. This is the cap and gown colorway, and look at them, man. So these are the early look. Yeah, they're looking real good as well. Nike Air branding embroidered on the back. It's just a clean, wearable colorway. Like, you could throw these things on at any time. This one's interesting. The New Balance 5030. These are $120. They look extremely comfortable, and they're going to be dropping April the 1st in these two colors. I think the blue one's somewhat nice, but I have seen better colors on this model that they're going to be dropping soon. So don't pull the trigger unless you really like these two colors, because there's going to be plenty more down the line. But I think this one's going to be an interesting one. I think they look cool, and for 120 bucks, if they're super cozy, that's a go. Cannot forget Vans is dropping on April the 1st, their Flame Pack, which I am definitely going to be in line for either this black pair or the white colorway. Where's this white one? Yeah, this white one with the blue flames. Whew. man, this is clean. $105. Again, there's 3 different colors. We're getting the black, the green, and then the white and the blue. So yeah, there you go. April 1st, Vans.com. There'll probably be some other retailers that load them up. Oh yeah, and there's also going to be this brown colorway of the pearlized Vans if you want to try and grab these. A very, very clean color. They might even restock the blue ones as well. And this is going to be on April the 21st. In some other news, Nigel Sylvester is doing some work out in the streets, launching his brick after brick Jordan 4, which is coming very soon. This is actually really cool. So he basically had like a little pop-up store where he had a claw machine. People could turn up, try and get these pairs of shoes. Obviously, the claw machine is notoriously rigged. So yeah, it's kind of random, but it's like a fun interactive way of doing a raffle. I really like this idea. So obviously people super happy managing to get these things. I mean, I would be too, like a month away from the release. If you got these things, that is crazy. Yeah, I love this. This is so sick. So yeah, bunch of people managed to get them. Obviously they were still, you know, like I'm sure maybe like 10, 20 pairs were actually raffled off this way, but it's a pretty cool way to raffle off this pair of shoes. And again, don't forget, these are going to be dropping in May. So yeah, this is probably one of the most anticipated sneakers of the entire year. I am definitely trying to get my hands on these. Sticking with 4s, tiny little update on the bread 4s that are going to be returning this year. I think the original release date was November the 27th. They're now dropping on November the 28th. So I wanted to mention it. I don't know if there was any point. The release date is so far out, but yeah, it's going to have all of the OG details and probably be pretty popular. I did not see this coming, but Jay Tips just announced a new Nike partnership. He's moving away from Saucony over to the big guns, the swoosh. When I first saw this, I wasn't too sure about how to feel because I kind of liked the whole like Saucony J Tips thing. It kind of felt like a little bit more if you know, you know. But at the same time, it will be interesting to see what he can cook up over at Nike. What kind of models, what kind of colors that he works on. I mean, he was wearing this pair of Vomero Pluses. I don't know if that's his or if this colorway already exists. But yeah, J Tips to Nike. Let me know what you think down in the comment section. Do you think it's a good move or he should have stayed with Saucony? Adidas is working on a 3D printed basketball shoe, or should I say they've already worked on it because it is here. This is wild. Darren Peterson actually wore them. You can see them on foot over here. They really don't look like 3D printed shoes when you're wearing them, which is, it's interesting, but I don't think we've seen like a proper rolled out release of a 3D printed basketball shoe. So that is pretty insane. It's obviously taking that climate cool type thing over to an actual performance pair of shoes instead of just like something you slip on for comfort. Yeah, as of right now, we don't have too much detail, and I'm not even entirely sure how they managed to get like an outsole on here, 3D printed, and then also have like an inner sock piece. It's a very complicated pair of shoes, but I'm definitely interested to check them out, and I definitely will as soon as we get the opportunity. But this one is pretty interesting. Has Pharrell replaced Yeezy? Or at least will he? The internet's been talking about it. They've been saying that Pharrell could be, you know, up next in terms of bringing some hype back, some real hype from a collaboration perspective to Adidas. Last week, we spoke about the fact that he was rocking a Jellyfish 2.0 and seeing how insanely hyped that Jellyfish sneaker is. There's definitely a room for a conversation about this. So one of the latest posts that sparked this whole thing was this picture here of 4 different sneaker models that it literally just shows the outsole, which I think is a really aesthetic shot, but these are 4 different models that we haven't seen yet, or this might be the Jellyfish, but I'm assuming this is going to be the Jellyfish 2.0. This one over here are the Earth, what are they called? The Flat Earthers that we just took a look at, so that's the low profile one that they've already revealed. This one over here, not entirely sure, looks like a slim low profile shoe, and then another chunky one over here. These things look sick. Whatever this green and, you know, this wide base shoe is, I really want to see the top of that. Now look, in my opinion, I don't know if anything will ever be able to top what Yeezy did with Adidas. I think that was just kind of a once in a generation type thing. But at the same time, seeing the success of the Jellyfish and kind of like this renewed feeling about Pharrell and Adidas collaborations, you know, it kind of reminded us that, you know, Pharrell was doing something with those NMDs back in the day, so he could certainly bring that to a current, you know, 2026 type thing with some of these newer models. I mean, I'm excited to see what these things are. I love the jellyfish. It's a great model, and I think we're gonna see a lot more in the future, but let me know down in the comment section. Is Pharrell and Adidas going to capture that Yeezy hype, or do you think nothing is going to top Yeezy? Now, sticking with kind of first looks, we just got our first look at the CPFM Flea 1. This is the black colorway that previously we hadn't seen. So as we know, they're going to be dropping 2 or potentially 3 a Travis Scott collaboration later on this year, but this should be the black one that drops. Again, extremely pixelated freaking photo. There's no Nike swoosh, so this has got to be a sample. Surely they put a swoosh on this thing. But in terms of a black colorway, this is what it would kind of look like. That kind of concrete, dirt-looking midsole. And yeah, this was, I mean, who is still owning an iPhone 1 and taking pictures? Why is this such bad quality? Oh, and we also got first looks at the Nike V5 runner Amam and Your collaboration, which I'm really liking. Look at this color. It is phenomenal. And don't forget, there's going to be 6 other colorways with the whole Whitaker group. We've got like all of the different retailers dropping their own colors. So yeah, this is the Amam and Your one, so is this one, but all of the rest are all of the other retailers, and all are really great colors, to be honest. As far as the release date, it should be this summer, so very, very soon, whether it's this month or, you know, 2 months from now. But yeah, this is our first look so far. But for sure, one of the wildest stories this week is the fact that Nike just won a lawsuit against an influencer for $11 million. Now, this is a kind of a lawsuit that we kind of covered previously. So you guys remember Cdaz, that YouTuber who was making videos on replica sneakers, and he got sued by Nike. Well, in that lawsuit, they mentioned another person, Nick Tunenberg, which I believe was included in that original lawsuit. I can't remember, so don't quote me on that. But Nick Tunenberg had his own brand called Divide the Youth, and Nike have finally just won. This lawsuit started back in 2023, and they finally just won. The craziest part about all of this is they won for $11 million. Nick only made $56,000 selling this knockoff dunk, which Nike just got $11 million for. Now, interestingly, Nike, when they originally filed this lawsuit, it wasn't just against his brand who was selling like look-alike dunk shoes, but it was also against him, like himself, because they were alleging that Tunenberg operated several online platforms that promoted the sale of counterfeit Nike sneakers. So you remember around that time, Nick and Cdaz were basically kind of promoting replica shoes and where to buy them from, like, you know, Panda Buy and all of these nefarious places. And they were putting like links in their bio, and Cdaz was making like full YouTube videos on how to acquire these fake shoes. That is when Nike stepped in and filed a lawsuit against both of them. So now this is the result of this, which is just, it's crazy. Imagine starting a brand with like these knockoff dunks, and you sell a bunch of them, $56,000. You think you just walked away with a great payday, and then Nike hits you with $11 million. So I believe Nike, according to this, was seeking $18 million. They have no chill. They really have no chill. The jury awarded Nike $8 million in statutory damages and $3 million in punitive damages, totaling 11. So yeah, like I said, so the $56,000 in profit was basically selling 384 pairs of these infringing dunks. Man, now at this point, we have seen this so many times of like a bunch of different brands. You remember Omi and a Hellcat, etc. They created like these, you know, rip-off Jordan 1s or something like that, where it looks like the Jordan 1, but they changed the Nike swoosh to a different logo, whether it's theirs or some kind of design. And Nike pretty much just went through all of them and just hit them all with lawsuits. So essentially, this type of shoe probably will never exist unless it's like straight from China. I don't think any of these brands or people are gonna want to touch this design. I mean, for a while, it was kind of a trend where a lot of brands would make these like knockoff designs based off of, you know, whether it was Air Forces, Jordan 1s, Dunks, and they would just change small little things and then put it out there. And for a while, people actually really liked it. But I think now that Nike is going after people, it's cooked. Interesting stuff though. I mean, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, but wow, what an insane result from this lawsuit. That is crazy. $11 million. But there you have it, guys. Don't forget, UC hoodies down in the description. Make sure you sign up to be first in line. I'm also going to link the YouTube video down there because I believe it's a fun watch. I put so much time and effort into that video, so I would appreciate it if you threw some love into it. And like always, we do this every single week, so subscribe to stay in the loop. And of course, I'm going to leave another video in the top left-hand corner. Click on it to check it out.